Battlefield of Eternity, game number 1. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We got our next match coming up, and yep, it is Daykwaza against Dynouh. So a bit of a highlight for me personally, seeing those two teams clash. This should be pretty good. But yeah, let's see what they can actually pull off here. So first and foremost, when we're talking about the Banshee Cup, just to go over a couple of the basics again. Right now, we are in a captain's draft. We are in season number 2, and just to explain to you a little bit how exactly this tournament started is, teams did not sign up as 5-mans this time. So the way that the teams were formed is pretty simple. Individual players could sign up, not teams. And then we had like 100, 120 players, something in that range, that signed up for the tournament. Those players were asked to vote on 8 captains. The 8 captains were determined by majority vote. And then afterwards, the captains continued to come in and determine their own teams by drafting from that player pool. So now we have 8 teams, they play a round robin. We're currently in the final stretches of the round robin, and then we're going to move over into the group stage, and then from the group stage we're heading straight into our finals. So that's basically the idea right here. We have $2,500 of prize money on the line. That's all thanks to Kevin. Again, Psychiv, the owner of the LAN Center Miami, where we had multiple offline events. He's been sponsoring the Banshee Cup. The man's amazing, keeping heroes alive and making all of this happen. And we wanted to come in with a bit of an idea to give teams the option to fight also with some out-of-the-box strategies. This isn't supposed to be meta madness, you know, where we're forcing teams to go into this and where we are going for real crazy games at the end, but we wanted to give them options. And the way that we did this in season number 1 is we introduced bounties. And with the bounty introduction, we also wanted to gather feedback, right? Like, one of the big ideas with the bounties was we wanted to slowly get a bit of feedback in and see what works, what doesn't, and now we adjusted accordingly for season number 2. So instead of giving teams a fixed amount of money every single time that they are completing a bounty, we have a bounty pool. So from the $2,500 that I mentioned earlier, $1,500 are normally split between the top 3 teams or that win the tournament, and then the other 1,000 they go into a bounty pool. And every single time that a team completes a bounty, they get 1 ticket. And at the end of the tournament, we're looking at how many bounties were completed in total, and we will then give each team a share according to how many bounties they completed. So if you're a team that goes for a lot of bounties, you can actually get a fairly big chunk of money. Especially since bounties is something that always poses a risk. So going for a bounty just means that you are taking a handicap. You must feel comfortable, you have practiced with it as a team, and you think you can pull it off. Hey, go for it. And you will earn extra money. But it also gives you still a handicap. So your opponent might use that to punish you, force game number 3, or win the series outright. And that's something that you have to really figure in. So not all teams are comfortable going into bounties in the first place. For the teams that do, it is an extra way to make some money, and it's obviously all optional. The teams don't have to do this. So it's a pretty cool idea, we think, and so far it's created some very nice games. A lot of teams have attempted bounties. We only had a few completed, but we had a lot of fun with it already, and I just expect that when we're going into best of 5 matches in the group stage, it's gonna get even more so. Battlefield of Eternity again is our first map, and when we're talking about Team Daykwaza, we're talking about a team that has already completed bounties. I should point out that normally they're playing with Madara, but apparently he's asleep. It's 9 o'clock in the morning where he lives, so he's obviously from NA, so therefore it's a bit early, and too early for him, I guess. We just talked about like waking up early in the morning, and I personally always wake up roughly at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, even on the weekends. It's just what happens. I don't even control it, but Madara seems to be someone that likes sleeping in. And there's a bounty attempt! They're playing with... I wanted to say like Madara isn't here, so they're playing with a sub, but they're also playing with Nova. That's amazing. I love it. So bounty attempt by Drag here. These teams, again, have been scrimming for a while now, trying to figure out what bounties they can get away with, what can they potentially win. And in game number 1, they're already trying to pull this off. So we have white main, we got gray main for damage against the Immortal, Nova is coming in, and yeah, it's awesome. This is already great right from the start. Let's see if they can win with it, because that's obviously what you have to do in order to lock the bounty in. And on the other side, we now get Stukov as the final pick for Team Dynouh. Battlefield of Eternity, everybody. Map number 1, let's go. Prepare yourselves for battle. It is bounty time, baby. Oh, yeah. we have Nova on the right, but first let's introduce the team on the left. Team Dynouh, with Dynouh himself on Liming. We got the Dark Wolf on Johanna, Danazovsky on Stukov, Jaden on Hanzo, and Hyde is playing Urel. On the right side of the map, it's Daykwaza on Blaze. We got Gamerboy on Whitemane, Drakia on Nova, Valthonis on Mirrodin, and Exelom subbing in for Madara, who apparently overslept today. So Exelom in this case on Greymane. Yeah, poor Madara. I'm actually curious to see if Madara shows up later or if he's really just completely out. I mean, the man was probably partying hard yesterday. At least I hope so. If you already oversleep, then you better have a really good explanation. I mean, something crazy, you know? He went to the party, he met a girl, he like hung out with her until late, and then they went to some kind of dark alley. All of a sudden there were some muggers that come in and they started attacking them. He saved the girl, she ran away, he jumped into the way of the robbers and like fought them off, but in the process he got injured for just a second, had to go to the hospital, check things out. Thankfully it was only a scratch, so then he was just let go. Girl messaged again, just like thanked him, and then, you know, at some point it was already 6-7 o'clock in the morning. He just said like, okay, screw Heroes of the Storm, I'm gonna wake up for map number 2, I'm gonna show the boys how it's done, but real life is just more important. And that's just how Madara rolls. He's a real life hero, and that's the story, you know? That's the reason why I'm being like, alright, fair enough, I get it. Like, great stuff. Can only get made better if he then later on continues, you know, to marry the girl, get some kids, happily ever after. Those are... That's lore. That's lore right there. So yeah, Madara is just killing it. Talk about killing it. They're killing Dynouh here nearly. They settle for Jojo, but what an insane jet propulsion. And they're getting multiple kills out of this. 2 in total right now. That was amazing. That was pretty awesome. So, job well done. They might still lose one here though. Hyde wants a kill. I can't get it. Yeah, Jojo dying first. Mirrodin, he just didn't care. He was like, I'm going to trade my life willingly for any additional kill that we can get. And indeed, they got another one. So Team Daykwaza already just crushing them over here. So, I have to say though, with Madara apparently meeting the love of his life and protecting her against muggers yesterday, I think once that they have their first kid, Team Daykwaza, who he kind of abandoned because of her, should be allowed to name their first child. That's just my opinion. Not quite sure what you guys think, but I think that Nova would be an amazing name. Could also call her Anduina. I'm not quite sure why I'm automatically assuming that it's going to be a girl, but yeah, if it's a boy, then we go for... No, we're not going for Hanzo. I'm not going to do that to any child. That's not just not happening. If it's a boy, we're going to call him Bob, something like that. But yeah, I think if they then live happily ever after, get kids, the first kid should be named by Team Daykwaza because he abandoned them. I think that's just totally fine. Twitch chat can decide on this one. We're going to go for majority vote. And Madara, I'm sorry, but at this point you've just lost any right to have a say in this. So it's just what it is. Anyways, with that being said and done, we're now looking at the halftime show. Already a bit of a win for the blue team as they're looking in the 50%. So 2 kills to 1 overall. Player killer number 1, good old Nova, is coming in with a rapid projection here. And yeah, she's projecting alright. So they're trying to come in from the side. Can we get that kill against the Dark Wolf maybe? Bit far out there. They're trying to punish Johanna. Storm Bolt to the face. And that's a kill. Nice. That makes not only Johanna's dentist happy, but also Team Daykwaza. So neat. But Raymond is attempting to chunk down the Immortal. I just am not so sure if he can still win it for them. But at least he can chunk the shield down and make sure that they're going to get quite a lot out of it. Gamerboy is running out of mana, which is a problem. And they're actually soaking the shots of Dynouh. Dynouh is just poking with one combo after another, and he's soaking whatever... They are soaking whatever they can. But they have to retreat eventually, and it's going to be a win on the objective for the blue team regardless. But at least they've been able to really, really chunk this down. That's the good news. The shield is low. It's a very, very small shield. It's nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. This is definitely beatable. So yeah, you can definitely defeat that shield. That's 100% possible. So now we got 3 kills to 1. We got level 7 talents already available for the red team. That's obviously another small advantage that they have, not for long, but at least initially. These are Skullcracker, also important to get intercession for white main. And for Nova, this also means we have the anti-armor shells. So anti-armor shells for Nova. Once again, the jump as they're trying to go for a bit of an attack, and they get Stukov. Nice! Again, guys, they are trying to complete a bounty here, but they're losing Greymane in the process. So Greymane gets destroyed, he's gone. Big attack against that fort. That fort is taking way more damage than I thought it would. During all that fighting, they kind of neglected to defend properly against the Immortal. Now Whitening gets killed too, so definitely a few upsides for the blue team now. Great damage with the objective towards the top, taking another hero out. Things are starting to look a bit better for the blue team, for sure. They're definitely getting more and more momentum with this, so really nice for them. And then always the question remains, of course, who's going to lock in the W at the end of the day. Because, again, as I already said, you are in a situation where the bounty only counts if you are able to win the game. And that's something that they have now to try and pull off here. And it's going to be a fun one. This is exactly the start into a series that I want to see. Map number 1, already a banger. On the baseline, we're getting the Precision Sniper with 4 out of 5 stacks right now. So extra damage for Nova too. And talking about her damage, player killer number 1 is currently top damage on the red team's side. So yep, they are getting there. Get that damage out, do some work, and see if they can go a bit deeper with this as well. Already following up Mirrodin. Oh, and there's the kill. Mirrodin got a Hanzo, budget Gimli is gone. And yep, that's that. Bit unfortunate. So, after a great start for the blue team, sorry, for the red team, they're now starting to fall behind a little bit. They're taking damage on their top 4, they're taking damage at the bottom 4. They have a tough time defending here. Nova is moving in and trying to get some kills for the team, but the only thing that she's killing is some minions. That's the big advantage that those don't fight back. But that's a free fort at the bottom of the map. Yeah, that fort is essentially destroyed. Now it is, and it was a total freebie. So, not really the best situation. We get Precision Strike for her. So, no triple tap or any kind of craziness like that. They have an early start onto the objective at least, because the blue team didn't have level 10 yet, but now they do. Blessed Shield comes out, as you would expect, and can be used to maybe focus down Mirrodin again. Yeah. Arrow! Blessed Shield as a follow-up. Here's the damage, and here's the death of Whitemane. Whitemane is gone, Nova is gone, and that's exactly how you flank onto a team and take them down. In addition to that, Greymane is gone, and that's just brutal. Blue team showing no mercy here. Dynouh is just getting so much work done too. But yeah, they blew them out of the water here. That flank was perfect. Can't get any better than that. The arrow connected, it allowed Johanna to get close. She threw out the Blessed Shield, and that was just the end of both of them. So, yeah, nicely done. Seems like Team Dynouh does not want Team Daykwaza to complete a bounty. That's, by the way, an additional layer, just in general, when we're talking about bounties. So now, first of all, as a team, you're generally incentivized to complete as many bounties as possible, because the more bounties you have... Oh, nice. Nice attempt. Didn't work out for them, though. But the idea was good behind it. Stun block into Precision Strike. But as I was about to say, as a team, you're incentivized to complete bounties to increase the money that you get. But once that you have just completed a single bounty, it is in your interest to also make sure to shut down bounty attempts by your opponents so that they don't get a bigger share of that pool. So trying to shut somebody down that has a bounty is always nice. The funniest games are honestly those where both teams try to go for a bounty at the same time, because you know, no matter what happens, one team will complete a bounty. All the bounties just hinge on you winning. Even when we're talking about Kel'Thas being played with Convection instead of Mana Addict, you don't have to complete it. You just have to play with it. And if you win the game with it, that's great. Even if you don't complete Convection, that's totally fine. Just another example here. We have a fierce battle going on over the puncher, the immortal. So yeah, but the red team is again suffering. I like the attempts here with the Precision Strike, it's just not enough to get them killed. They got close to take Hanzo out, but yep, he's still gone. And the problem that they are facing off against is called Li Ming plus Hanzo. That's a lot of damage against the Immortal, and they're using it ruthlessly with every single attack to ensure that they are able to get stuff done. And what stuff done is, what I mean is take the Immortals out. And they're doing a lot of that. Lots of damage being done with it. This time the blue team gets another small shield, but it should help them to get the topside fort now. I don't see anybody really stopping that. So that is what it is. 8 kills to 4. And up at the top, off we go. And they have a level 13 talent advantage. So talent advantage. They have the additional immortal that helps them out with the objective. The fort 100% destroyed. Boah, and they can't get hide either. Nice move with precision strike to try and get a kill on Urel, but didn't work out. The arrow mainly dodged, at least initially, but now they're being all sucked in by another condemn from Johanna. Thankfully for them, Whitemane was able to get all of her abilities out to keep them alive, and then they moved past the gate. But yeah, they're still taking tons of damage. The wall destroyed at the keep. Yeah, 1 level disadvantage. I mean, they're not out of the game yet by any means, but they are behind in kills and behind in structures, which is of course pretty bad too. Nova's on 27,000 damage, same amount of damage that we see from Greymane. 40,000 for Hanzo and 38,000 for Li Ming. So both of the damage dealers on the blue team side are currently making a great play on this. So yeah. But at least they have level 13 now. They didn't have it ready for defense, now they do. And the good thing is also that they have some synergy with Muradin, because he has now both. And that's kind of annoying. Your camp gets stolen away as you are trying to get the one at the bottom of the map. Really sweet move by Team Dynouh, already anticipating this and saying, okay guys, what if we just steal their shaman camp? They're probably down at the bottom of the map going for a camp. What if you're just using the time to steal the shaman camp away from me? Yeah, well done. We got a double tap now for Nova. And for Stukov, we have the growing infestation, the virulent reaction as his level 13 choice. So another good one to lock those out too. But the blue team is now super aggressively positioned. They are really looking to surprise somebody here. They're hoping for an isolated rotation to the bottom of the map that they can exploit. So far that hasn't happened. Yeah, Urel gets attacked. Maybe have a chance here. Oh, arrow missing completely. Fully on its way to North America right now. That one's going to hit Florida any second. Big arrow, big precision strike, and it's a kill. Player killer number 1 drops 1. Muradin follows it up with kill number 2. And that's now Johanna and Li Ming destroyed just as the Immortal spawns. Who knows? Maybe now is the opportunity for Team Daykwaza to get an objective after all. And Nova chipped in for it. It was a really nice ult that she was able to get through. 30,000 damage now for her. And they're definitely going to win the halftime show. Death timers are high enough that the blue team has to be careful, not to engage. But this might be the one. So, okay, let's see. They should be able to win this one. Blue team is going to do what they can in order to reduce it, and that's of course when you want to leverage Hanzo as best as possible. But it's going to be a nice shield. It's going to be a decent enough shield to do some damage as well. And let's not forget, the fort at the top was taken out earlier, so it's not like the blue team still has all of their forts standing and all of their structures. With now them tapping just here in the middle, this is where the attack is going to happen, and if they can get a kill here and take the fort out, then at least in structures we're going to be fairly even. So for Team Daykwaza, there's an opportunity here. The downside is that the blue team is about to get level 16 talent, so that's an advantage that is definitely noticeable. And will make the push a little bit more dangerous for the red team. But if they can just soak another minion wave or get a kill, that might already be enough. Arrows back up for Hanzo. That's of course going to be one of the big abilities that they have to watch out for. And Hanzo's already doing his job against the Immortal, like really chunking the shield down quickly. Now that the shield's about to be gone, it's going to move into melee mode. That's already what we see right here. But the fort is still gone. There's 16. Now it's even talents. Now we got also the shared punishment for Whitemane. Muradin is jumping out there. Yep, fort is gone. Structurally, nearly the same. And the Dark Wolf is dead. Down goes Jojo. Team Dynouh. They might be in a bit of trouble here. 5 versus 4 on the map now. Bit of map control for the red team. Only problem that they have, there's pretty much nothing to do here. There's 2 camps, one at the bottom of the map and one at the top. But not much more than that. It is a real fun game. And Nova is chipping in 35,000. A little bit less than Greymane. Not as much as neither Hanzo or Li Ming. But I mean, he is out there. So it's all about him now trying to do his work. So let's see if they can do something in order to bring this one back. Because they definitely lost in the mid game. But now that we are slowly entering the later stages of the game, there are a couple of opportunities that they could use in an attempt to just make this all work. And it would be funny as hell if a Nova bounty would be completed. I honestly would enjoy that. It's so fun to just see the bounty system in action and see what the teams are doing here. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But we're not quite there yet. So Dynouh and his boys, they for a long stretch of this game have been able to dominate things. If they end up hitting another arrow with Hanzo and follow that up with the Blessed Shield, they can always take those backliners out mega quickly. That's why positioning and also like knowledge, scouting information, on where your opponent is positioned is everything here. Immortal is about to spawn. Yep, scouting is already happening. Daykwaza sitting on the other side. They know that the camp is about to be taken. Nobody's falling for the Jojo trap just yet. And she's falling back. That's always the danger. If you have Johanna hiding there and somebody just squishy moves over here, then it's just immediately a Blessed Shield, arrow as a follow-up, and then you're dead. And then you start into the objective phase without your full 5-man. So, yeah. But alright. Let's see. This Immortal is going to be crucial. This Immortal is absolutely crucial. He kills against 7. Right, the attacks are slowly coming as they're going for it. How deep can they go here? Come on, come on, come on. Already a little bit of poke happening. A slow poke at this point as they are starting to chip down the hit points of the Immortal. Blue team is in a bit more of a passive position, is slowly trying to push out to get Dynouh and Jaden in position so that they can both start attacking the Immortal. 18 versus 18. I mean, on the experience side, they are identical now. There's no lead. Nobody is going to head into an early level 20 or anything like that. So... nice, nice. Good damage. Good damage against Jojo. And even some Skullcracker hits that came in there for a moment. Okay. That's half of the HP of Jojo gone. So she already had to retreat here, which allowed them to push forward and take a position so they can poke again. But yeah, arrow against Whitemane, and they can't get close enough. The initial dodge from Greymane, job well done. Gamer Boy soaks it up in the back line, but that's a big cooldown that was burned, and it was a huge worry too. It's a big part of the combo that they've been using several times now to get themselves some kills. So yeah, not bad. That's some that they are now having to do without. Still, Bullet also coming out pretty quickly. And... misses the Stormbolt. Hide! Moving forward. Precision strike! Hanzo jumping out. No gains for Nova. Gets nothing out of that. And now Hyde wanted to go for the kill. Nova has to fall back. Halftime show is a little bit closer for the red team, but damn, this is really getting clutch. And now that Dynouh and Jaden can both move towards the Immortal, they're going to get the lead. Well done. Took them a while, but the blue team has taken the advantage on the objective. So now Team Daykwaza, they gotta YOLO this out a bit. 8 seconds for Hanzo's arrow to be back up. Blessed Shield is gonna take a little bit longer, but Nova is also gonna get the precision strike back, so if they can execute a stun comp, they might be able to do something here. Yeah, moving in, doing some extra damage already on the Immortal as the blue team starts to follow up, try and defend. And can they hide again in a bit of trouble? So is Muradin though, tries to jump out, gets hit. Nice arrow into the backline, trying to eliminate Whitemane from that fight for a moment to allow them to take Muradin down, but he was able to sustain himself through the battle. So job well done by him. They still need a kill. Precision strike once again. Everybody jumping out, at least to connect with Stukov. Not too much damage though. And they're bunkering it up. Still trying to use it against the Immortal. Bunker gets blown to pieces. Stormbolt, hide! Oh, the ult. Gets his ult out, but damn. Endless fight. Daykwaza has to push away too. Stormbolt connects again, but this time Muradin is gone. This time Muradin is gone. That's a reset for Dynouh. They want to go for Greymane, and he's going to fall eventually. 2 heroes eliminated. That's a third, and that's an Immortal for the blue team. Yeah, nicely done. Long fight, long battle, and eventually Team Dynouh able to get multiple kills. Have to defend now also the bottom of the map as we're seeing Hyde push in for this. But that is bad news for Daykwaza and his ambitions with the team to lock themselves in a sweet little bounty. So, yeah, unfortunate for them. Hyde moves out, and they're in trouble. Catapult's already on it, but tough times. There's a stun into stun, level 20 talents to give us Bullseye, of course, now too. Nova is dead, Blaze is dead, and I think at this point it's safe to say that the hopes and dreams of taking Daykwaza to get themselves a bounty in this game are gone. This is going to be game, very likely. I mean, we're now 20 minutes in. The Immortal is going to hit like a truck at the same time with 13 kills to 7. 3-4 heroes still down. Murden dies once that he respawns, and that's going to be all she wrote. Team Dynouh with a victory in game number 1 of this best of 3 series. Nicely done. No bounty for Daykwaza. GG and well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Map number 2, Dragonshire, the lead for Team Dynouh. So unfortunately for Team Daykwaza, they weren't able to get themselves a bounty here. I mean, they already have a bounty, so they have the Gaslow bounty completed. I mean, it's still early in the Playdays. We are on Playday number 3 now with the series, and still a lot to discover and a lot to pull off, but Team Dynouh came in swinging on Battlefield of Eternity, and even after some initial trouble early on in the game, they were able to turn it and take him out. So, yeah. Bad luck for Daykwaza and his boys. I gotta ask myself if it would have been different with Madara here, who, by the way, has still not shown up. I personally expected he would be here for at least map number 2, but apparently no. Apparently yesterday's, shenanigans and him fighting off those robbers that were threatening his new girlfriend and future wife, it was a little bit, has taken more of a toll than I expected, so he's sleeping in a bit longer. But yeah, that's just what it is. So far, by the way, seems that we have settled on a name for his first child, assuming it's a girl. Nova has been accepted as a viable choice. I'm still not sure what we're going to do if it's a boy. But yeah, Madara will just have to accept either the consensus in YouTube comments or on Twitch chat, whatever it is. It's just how this goes. I have no say in this. I'm just the messenger. So yeah, is what it is. Tyrande and Garrosh. There is a theme here. Like, Danizovsky on Tyrande is a thing now. He really loves to play the hero, and I'm all here for it. One of the few Tyrande players that I think can pull her off. Daykwaza on the Haka on the other side. I mean, again, this is once more a map that is like pretty big. You need to coordinate really well to have full control over everything, top side, bot side, and then go. It's tough to get the objective here. You have to control 3 lanes. So most of the time it comes after you get some kills. That's one. We're getting Anduin and Junkrat for the Alliance. I never understood why people want to play Alliance. It just feels so boring. It just feels like, I don't know. I never really played World of Warcraft. If I played World of Warcraft, I mean, 100% Horde. Not even a question. It's like, no. Alliance is just boring as hell. So yeah, no, we're not doing this. So yeah. Sorry, Anduin, but not happening. Obviously, Genji gets banned. You have Anduin on your side, Light Bomb Engage is already big. So once that you have Genji then in the mix, there we go. Zagara getting banned against Dynouh. He's already played on Dragonshire multiple times in the last season and this season now with Zagara. So yeah, that bot lane control. Zagara has a lot of weaknesses. When you jump on her and you start taking her out, she is insanely squishy, so can easily be killed. But then at the same time, we're having, of course, still the rule in the tournament that you can't play a hero more than once. That limits your option a little bit after 1 or 2 maps. And with Dynouh just having this heavy focus on Zagara, they're just saying, like, yeah, no, it's not happening. So instead he goes for Falstad this time, and we have Rexa up at the top. The hero is called the King of Dragonshire for a reason, still insanely strong in a one-on-one situation topside, and he usually wins the shrine. Reason being simply that he has Misha, so you can split on taking the shrine and winning the lane, because you push the lane out, you get experience. Now, once that you factor in other heroes that rotate over and try and gank him up, then obviously that changes things. But in a pure one-on-one, just because he can control 2 things at the same time, XP and the shrine, he's in a great spot there. Father and son over for Team Daykwaza. Okay, we get Sylvanas with it. And we get Anduin plus Varian. Yeah, Anduin, I'm gonna help out Daddy a little bit today. Seems like also we're gonna get another taunt variant because he is main tank. And there is Kerrigan again. Alrighty. Dragonshy, everybody. Game number 2 in the series between Daykwaza and Dynouh. Let's go. Game number 2. Dynouh and his team, they're really close to getting a 2-0 victory over Team Daykwaza if they just can win it here on Dragonshire. But this time the red team is not trying for a bounty, so they're going all out on this. Over on the left side, we got Dynouh with Falstad, we got Hyde on Rexa, the Dark Wolf on Garrosh, Jaden is playing Kerrigan, and Danazovsky on Tyrande. Towards the right side of the map, the red team, eager, of course, to win this one and force game number 3 with Daykwaza, the man himself, the captain, on Dehaka. We got Gamer Boy on Junkrat, Drakia on Sylvanas, Exilom subbing in for Malara. He's playing Anduin, and Volthonis is on Varian, going in on level 1 with Lion's Maw, sorry. And yeah, on top of that, we got the Overwhelming Infliction. So, let's go. Isn't Lion's Tooth Joffrey's sword in Game of Thrones? Can't even remember. I'm still waiting for that book. George, if you're hearing this, I mean, I am at this point a little bit pissed and disappointed because I think I'm never going to get that book in the first place. But it would be kind of nice if at some point you would get off your fat butt and complete that. That would be really neat. Been waiting for that for how many years now? 10 more? Can't even remember any longer. But I guess you're busy counting your money from the show, so there's that. Anyways, as we're moving away from... There's a flip. Okay, not only Garrosh that has some displacement, Junkrat is also saying hello with us. Yeah, easy peasy. But let's see what we're getting. At the top, Rexa is now going up against Dehaka in that 1 versus 1. And down to the bottom of the map, off we go with the camp taken. And Gamer Boy is starting to rotate towards the top with a little Chihuahua here to help out Exilom at claiming the camp. And they're actually rotating Exilom also around in roles a bit. In game number 1 he played Greymane and now we have him on Anduin, so definitely swapping roles here completely. Not too shabby. Ah, and Joffrey's sword was indeed called Widow's Wail. True. But there was Lion's Tooth. Somebody had Lion's Tooth. What am I mixing up here? I'm mixing something up. Doesn't really matter. Dark Wolf can literally put into a corner. Everybody's coming in, and there's the Kerrigan combo by Junkrat. The camp is taken by the blue team too. I mean, if that is not a big win, then I don't know what is. They came in, stole the camp away, and they got a kill for their troubles too. So this is about the best case scenario right there. No Dragon Knight for the opponent's team either. So Team Dynouh with a big win this early in the game. Varian becoming a real hero as he finally gets his level 4 choice. So we get him with Taunt. Duh. I mean, what else? And on top of that, yeah, still the push in the middle. The only scenario where I can see Varian actually going for Meme Blades is if they play a triple front line and play Varian as a bit of a damage assassin. I could see somebody trying to do that, but yeah, not so much here right now. Especially not with the entire series being on the line. And Daykwaza, if he can make some global plays with Dehaka, he's obviously going to be at some point being shadowed by Falstad. That's it. Kerrigan tries to get out here. Taunt is in. And it's actually always nasty. Taunt into Lick is a really obnoxious combo. And Kerrigan is about to go down. Nice attempt by Garrosh to save the day for her, but it didn't happen. Dracula still retreated in time, was not killed by Falstad. Yeah, and even with the double control that they still maintain on the shrines, they won't be able to get a Dragon Knight anytime soon, at least not from the looks of it. So what we're getting instead is the blue team just still doing pretty okay. They lost a hero, but they're denying at least the objective for now, or do they? Because Varian is getting a bit closer on this, and he's like, alright, I think I can pull this off. Not so sure about that personally, but hey, there's another taunt, and the follow-up attempt as they're trying to go for the kill right there. Nicely done. Move towards the top, and now the blue team is trying to do his thing. So, Daykwaza coming through, they go for hide, and they still can't. It's actually kind of crazy how many heroes were able to walk away with just a sliver of health remaining. In the middle, we saw it happen with, I believe it was Drak here, and now over there, Hyde also able to just get past that wall before it drops. Pretty nice move. Now, in the meantime, there's a small trap set up here at the mid lane. Also, Danazovsky's owls are going to be very nice if anybody later on is going to try and channel the Dragonite, because he can cause an interrupt and then buy teammates time to close the gap and make a move there. Next attack is already slowly coming in. Jaden wants to see if he can get a combo, but Daykwaza is obviously paying attention. Gotta wake up a little bit earlier if you really want to hit him with that combo. It was way too telegraphed, but I guess you gotta throw it out. Sometimes you get lucky, you know? In this case, they didn't, but that's what it is. Okay, so with that, we now have still at the bottom of the map, Dynouh doing his thing. He's up against 2 siege-type camps, though, because Daykwaza and his team were busy. And they were also busy taking down Rexa at the top. And Daykwaza actually soloed him. This is once again Daykwaza just being an absolute monster when it comes to him dominating side lanes. He's getting the 1v1 kill against Hyde, and now it allows Drak here to easily grab the Dragonite in the middle here at the 5-minute mark. And probably not going to get a lot. It's already moving towards the top because he's just facing too many heroes in the mid lane. So he decides that he's going to play around the Dragon's Breath top side. But this is going to be neat for them. Take some of the structures out, make that as a move, and let's see what they can do. Right there. Solid damage, honestly, already. And then plays with the Dragon's Breath. Minions are soaking the shots. The rest of the team is down at the bottom of the map trying to also get value here in an attempt to get a second structure destroyed. Nice light bomb engaged. Garrosh with a save on Karrigan just to make sure that nobody follows up on this. And in comes Daykwaza and gets the kill on Tyrande. What a chat. Insane. Comes in and is the one that initially starts it all. Then he drags Tyrande away into the ult from Junkrat. And they get the easy kill there. Now they're following up with another one against Garrosh. And just like that, we have 4 kills to 1 for Team Daykwaza. And 1 fort destroyed, a second one taking heavy damage. So the red team is doing whatever they can here to force game number 3. They're really, really working on this. And doing an amazing job on that. I like that. I was a bit afraid. I'm happy to admit, I was a bit afraid in the early game that we would just see a bit of a ruffle stomp. When that Shaman camp was taken, or sorry, the Bruiser camp was taken, and they got a kill on top with it, I was just like, uh-oh, if that's how your game starts, then you are in for a really rough ride. But now with that little counter play, this is a completely different story. Now we have a red team that is calling the shots here, at least a bit. They destroyed a fort, got themselves a bit of a lead. They're still fairly even in experience. Yes, there's a level gap, but that can easily be bridged this early in the game. So let's see if Dynouh and his team can do it, or if Daykwaza and his teammates are now slowly starting to pull ahead. Yeah, Garrosh pays attention. It's always a danger when you're going up against the variant with taunt. Especially if you have someone like Daykwaza that can follow up with a taunt. I mean, it's literally impossible to miss that. Taunt is already out against Dynouh, but there was no follow-up this time. Light bomb. Ah, but not enough. When Karrigan comes in, oh my god, 48 points on Garrosh as he's able to escape. Barely, because Dynouh just gusted. But not for that gust, that's the end of Garrosh, and then they have to fall back once again. The problem, obviously, for the blue team is also that Daykwaza's team has, in addition to all of this, also Sylvana. So if they at any point get a kill or two, they can easily use her to go for fights. And they're already using her to disable structures as they're trying to get kills. So Dark Wolf is about to go down. They take the fort as well. And that is just bad news here. Second fort destroyed. They get that kill. Now Dynouh's coming in a bit late to the party. It's already a 5 versus 4, and all that they want is additional kills. How exactly did he get that tongue connect? Daykwaza has a tongue like a homing missile. It's insane. The man always hits the spot, making the girls happy, making his teammates happy. Look at this. It's ridiculous. Like, how? Like, it felt like he literally curved it around, and just insane. So he's able to set them up for another kill. He's setting them up for another Dragonite too. Big plays made. 13 is ready for both teams. But this is looking amazing for Team Daykwaza. Yeah, they're doing work here. Wall in the middle is slowly getting destroyed. So yeah, good for them. At the top, they're trying to chase Daykwaza. I mean, you gotta be careful, boys. If you chase Daykwaza, at some point you're just gonna turn around and kill one or two of you. So gotta be mega careful on that. Still the attack in the middle. The Haka already down at the bottom of the map. 14, 15,000 damage for Rexa now. 23,000 for Junkrat. Gast. Light Bomb. They want the kill. Yeah, they can go maybe for the Dark Wolf. They're trying to body block him here, but it's not going to be enough. The Dragonite would be in a better position. Maybe you could punt him back out, but yeah. They're getting another fort. This one is gone. So all forts are destroyed. Team Dynouh is just losing structures all over the place. And they're also losing Garrosh again. Garrosh died 3 times now. Only a single kill for Team Dynouh. Everything else just happened on the other side. So 8 kills to 1. And the push at the bottom of the map. The Dragonite isn't even done yet. Finally explodes there. But since Garrosh is missing, they're not afraid to approach the wall. They know they can't be just simply flipped over. So they're moving in, taking the gates, taking the towers down, and just open things up for later on in the game. And try and push for the keep itself. And it's going to be a win either way. Even if they just do some damage, that's already going to be a big win. Do a little bit of damage here, don't really have to do too much. Just don't overextend. Good Gust. Light Bomb has been used right away. Anduin goes down, Junkrat goes down, but Dynouh died too, so Falstad is gone. They still have to try and retreat here with the remaining 3 heroes. And they're trying to do exactly that. The catch from Karrigan. Nice shield at least. And another Tog. They want the kill. Damn, they're just trying to turn it and they take Hyde down. What? And Dracula is getting away. Okay, they're losing their Haka, but Dracula survives. Look at Sylvanas just betraying everyone here. Sylvanas riding away on a zebra and just being like, yeah, you guys can die. You're not worth my time and attention. I'm just going to head out there. Thank you very much. Would have been kind of fun if Tyrande owled her now. But it's good kills. Good kills for the blue team. But then again, they might now have level 16 and gotten a few kills. But what are they going to do with that momentum that they gained? Because at the end of the day, they have not taken out a single fort yet. Not one. And it's only 5 kills to 10, so you gotta do a little bit more if you want to bring this back. That's the only thing that you can. Yeah, Sylvanas back to business. What's the damage output right now? 35,000. Top damage in the game. You go, girl. Alright. The siege giants at the wall, at the fort. They want some structures here. And Varian is also coming in. It would be nice if Varian could maybe use that game as like an opportunity to teach Anduin how to use his sword. That would be kind of nice. If they're already on the same team, it's like a father-son moment that they could use there. So maybe Anduin finally gets a couple of battle skills. Hey, I don't think it's gonna happen, but you know, miracles are possible. So yeah. But another camp is about to be taken. They still set the one up at the top. So it's the next one. 1 level lead still for Team Daykwaza despite everything else. And they are pushing the bottom lane out. Always hoping to just get one more minion wave onto the keep and maybe take it out so there's more catapult pressure on the bot side structure. That's basically the game plan here. And let's see how far they can go with this. I mean, right now with 16, we have also Glyph of Faith, easy Dragonite, freebie for the red team again. And that's going to be the end of the bottom keep. So, yeah, it's bad news for Team Dynouh. They need to do something and they need to do it quickly. Get some kills. Use that opportunity at the bottom right now to properly defend, force a team fight, and then get a few quick kills in. Because if they don't do that, then we will have level 20 for Team Daykwaza. A keep will at least be destroyed. Maybe they're also going to be able to do some damage on the core. We'll just go for keep number 2. But this one obviously doesn't stand a chance. So that's the next one. Dragon Knight still fighting it out. Dynouh is doing some damage. Just simply retreating. They have to keep. This is all that they wanted. Not a lot more that they can do if they want to wait for level 20. You can demolish the wall in the middle. Get some experience in the same play. And then I guess somebody should go towards the top and defend against the minion wave. The camp that is pushing in against the fort. Could be the Arca pretty easily. I mean, it's currently in the Dragon Knight, but that one's going to get destroyed in a second because they got the wall already and they're not going to get more. So yeah, now they move towards the top and they should hurry, so that's going to lose them a fort. Quest is also completed, so at least a bit more survivability. Also for Misha, nice! It was unbearable watch her die earlier here. And yeah, just when you think it can't get any worse, Rexa comes in, hold my bear. And then you're going for it. Quick hit! Gust! Nope, 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 nope. Gotta decide what you want to do. Engage, disengage. I mean, they're not really on the same page here. Level 20 is now through. It's an entire level that they got to bridge. And that will allow for more pressure in the middle of the map. And maybe another free objective, depending on how this works out in regards to timing. So, as is, a little bit of poke when the minion waves down. Get some access. And then just siege up. Siege up, use Sylvanas if you can. Just use Junkrat to poke from a distance. And just pin them down. Pin Team Dynouh down. Make sure that you're getting slow damage in. If you can get the second keep destroyed, I mean, even better. And if you get lucky and you get a lot of damage against someone like Dynouh, maybe you can follow up, get that kill. Misha is already down, and it seems like Garrosh might follow. Whoa, gets through all of that. Good for him, but damn, that was a bit clutch. That seemed for a long time like he might fall, and then it's a 5 versus 4. But they're still poking against the keep, and at the end of the day, they want that thing. So, there it is. Easy keep. 2 keeps down. I guess Dynouh just wants to have level 20 for his team, and then they're going to throw a Hail Mary at some point. I mean, it's literally the only thing that they can do here. It's not like they have a whole lot of other options that they can play. So, pretty unfortunate for them. The only thing that could maybe win them the game, I believe, is if they engage into a team fight, win it big time, get ideally then a Dragon Knight right away, and just go ham. Because we're now a bit late in the game, so we're 16 minutes in, so Dragon Knights are starting to do some damage. But not a single fort has been destroyed. Daykwaza holds on to every single one of their structures. The bottom one and the top one, they have been damaged a bit, but none of them is this close to falling. Maybe now a chance to at least get one. Level 20 is available on both sides, and just look at this, we have Epic Mount. Seems like Dynouh is still hoping to get that gust from behind and find the proper angle here to get a good gust going for his team. Or he just wants to jump across the map whenever the Haka is pushing for lane, because Daykwaza has been pushing out the top lane. He is applying pressure for the final remaining fort, and somebody has to deal with it. Could be Falstad. Also, Epic Mount, of course, allows him to go technically for an objective. And yep, that's where we're seeing him. Daykwaza is letting this go for now, but at the bottom of the map it's a recapture from Varian. So they are not losing a Dragon Knight, but they're also not getting any closer to getting one for themselves. So, yeah. Makes bad news. Bolt of the Storm. I mean, nothing really that's insane. We got the Celestial Wrath over here. Campus claimed. And then attacking the banner. Bad banner. I kind of like Epic Mount. Epic Mount is always a fun one. I really like it. And of course they are trying to use it to play the ring around Rosie play with the Haka and making sure that there's not enough pressure. But Epic Mount is just so much fun to watch. If you have a game where Falstad just needs to be everywhere, it's just cool. It's really, really just cool. He just flies around, and if he gets, for example, a chance to go for a good gust and uses that as his setup, his initial setup, that would be amazing. And yep, there it is. Gamer Boy gets caught a little bit. There's the ult, and there is the kill. Didn't even need the second ult from Rexa, but that's exactly what they need. Catapults on the blue team's core. Might get some damage in too. Minion Wave will take it out, but there could be damage on the core. And down here, finally the first fort falls. Over here, one catapult is still firing, so yep, core is getting scratched a little bit. Falstad has now flown towards the top and is allowing his team to get a Dragon Knight. This is doable. This is still doable. They got one fort out of this. The one at the top might also suffer some damage. But now that they can go for the Dragon Knight here with Junkrat missing, I'm just saying there is a chance that they are grabbing a big Dragon Knight and then make a play for a keep. So, yep, there it is. Dragon Knight is in. And that should get them a keep. Actually, doesn't really seem like they want to risk this. They are just going for forwards. Oof, they're playing the long game here, as it seems. Yeah, they want the top side forward first. They don't feel confident enough to go for the bottom keep. Instead, they're taking the forward out at the top, and they want to take the forward out in the middle. It will help them to relieve the pressure a bit. But given the fact that they only have a single keep standing, playing the long game and the slow game, it's pretty ballsy, I'd say. So yeah, bit of a kick, Dragon's Breath in a moment, and it's just going to try and chunk that down. So yeah, here we go. It's kind of cool in the sense though, because this game is going to last quite a bit longer. From the looks of it, unless somebody is going full 5-man team wipe. 50,000 damage, 54,000 for Sylvanas, and she hasn't died a single time yet. She's the only hero in the entire game that hasn't fallen yet. No keep, but 2 forts is what they got. 50,000 also for Junkrat. The blue team doesn't really have the big numbers, but they have really solid numbers on all of their heroes. I can try and set that up again. We had some very, very nice moves from Falstad already, not only controlling those shrines, but also making sure that he gets the angle on Falstad for, sorry, on Junkrat for the team. But yeah, fun one for sure. Level 23. 23 against level 22. So, what are we gonna get next here? Tyrande, not done with her level 1 quest yet either. It would of course be nice to make a bit more damage with it, but yeah. Is that really a game-changing reward? Probably not. Stealing the camp. We're basically at the same spot that we were in the early game. They stole the camp away again. So, yeah. Next objective. Kind of waiting for that. I love how it has totally changed though in regards to map presence. Blue team has a lot of it just now. They are rotating from lane to lane, have taken map presence here. It's much, much harder now for Team Daykwaza to push these catapults out, but they still have the advantage of 2 keeps being destroyed. So that allows them with additional catapults. And we're 21 minutes in, so catapults are really starting to become a bigger and bigger deal in this game. They're becoming a huge deal here. And the question with it is, oh, Daykwaza! Falstad is coming in too. Can he get out? Carry again, beautiful combo. Beautiful combo, and Daykwaza is dead. Daykwaza is dead. They want the counter kill, but Rexa gets saved by Garrosh. That was a big play. Kill the Haka. Make sure that Rexa doesn't die. Now you have a 5 versus 4. Now you gotta decide what you have to do with it. Team Dynouh, they are fighting tooth and nail to end the series here. They do not want to go into game number 3. Another fly, and yep, they go again for Sylvanas. So really sweet moves. Gust is being used as they're trying to isolate Varian, but nope. I love how they're chasing heroes though. Then again, it also wastes a little bit of time. Now, since the objective spawns, I suppose this is going to be the next potential play anyways. Not trying to siege up with a 5 versus 4 situation, but go for another Dragonite. And since this is now 23 minutes into the game, this is going to help them. Yeah, Garrosh is here. Okay. Can they get the channel? Well, yep, that's a Dragonite. Yep, that's a Dragonite for sure. And he's alive. He's still alive. DK is in the game. Now it's a 5 versus 5 again. The Haka just a second too late, but they have the objective. The Dragonite is in the house, and now there's a chance for a keep finally. This game is getting insane. I mean, honestly, it looked the entire time, or for a long stretch of time, like Team Daykwaza would just simply win this one. But we're just not there. So now an opportunity to maybe win this and claim a 2-0 victory. And it is kind of bonkers, honestly. We're 23 minutes in. Blue team's core has already lost some hit points, but that Dragonite is just going to go through this wall mega easily. They're even trying for a kill. Bolt has to be used to save Sylvanas here. Nice, the Tong attempt. Gast. They're isolating Varian. Stun, 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 stun. No chance for him. I mean, at that point, he can just simply take his hands off the keyboard and the mouse because he can't do anything. He can't move, so he's dead. And boy, are they in trouble now. Dragonite and the 5 versus 4. Ooh. That's just problematic. So, yeah. Either way, here comes the next push. They're going for the bottom keep now, and this one should fall. So they're drawing more and more even in structures. Can they maybe go a bit deeper? They want to go for the core. They want to end this now. There's playing the game slow, and there's just being stupid. So if you have a chance to get another kill before Varian is back, and he's still down for another 26 seconds, then hey, by all means, go for it. Dragonite is starting to fight this out a little bit. Takes the shield down, big hits, and they're ahead on the corner. Look at this, 70%. 70%, the drag against Forlstead. Daykwaza is low, and Carrigan with a combo. Carrigan with a combo. The end of Sylvanas, the end of Anduin, the end of Team Daykwaza as Team Dynouh takes a 2-0 victory over the red team. Nicely done. What a turnaround. Awesome play. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.